Hello everyone, welcome back to Gent Watches, and today we are going to be continuing with Naruto openings. So last week I did a reaction to all the openings of Naruto, and today I'm going to start doing the openings of Naruto Shippuden. There are 20 openings, I believe, so I will do 10 of them today, I think, and then I'll do the other 10 next week maybe, as long as you guys still want it. If you guys if people aren't interested, then I won't do it, but if you're still interested in the next part of the Naruto Shippuden openings, let me know in the comments and give the video some love, and then hopefully we can get to those. I'm excited for this because Naruto Shippuden, I've heard from the people who talk about the show, like I've heard good things. I'm assuming this is like the best parts of the show possibly are in Shippuden, and also it's a little more modern, and on top of that I'm pretty sure a lot of the openings are more iconic in that I think I know at least 2 of them in terms of the songs. I don't know if I've ever seen the visuals of them, but I will mention those as they come up. I think from when I was taking the list, I was just copying and pasting the list into a notepad. I recognized like two names there, and I think one might be next video. I don't know if the other one is this video or not, but I'll tell you when we get there. And if I recognize any as we go along, then I'll also let you know. Just because I have had a lot of exposure to anime that I don't watch in the past, just because I talk a lot in anime spheres, I take in a lot of anime media, and some of it sticks in my brain. And also I'm a big fan of franchises like Bang Dream, who do cover songs of popular songs, and so Naruto Shippuden have a few popular songs, I believe, that have been worthy of cover songs. So anyway, we are going to get into these openings. I'm going to do them one at a time. I'm going to, react to them and talk about them. If you want to see the full length, because this is going to be edited, it kind of has to be. It's going on YouTube. It's got to be edited. But if you want to see the full length, you can watch along with me on my Patreon account. So you can go to the description below and subscribe and join my Patreon there. And then you get full length to that, as well as a lot of other content. There's a lot of content on my Patreon right now, so it's very worth it. It's absolutely worth it, so please go and check that out. Anyway, okay, well, we are going to be doing Naruto Shippuden openings. We're going to do the first one. OP1 is called Heroes Come Back, which sounds pretty cool. If like Naruto finished and then it's like when the show comes back, they call it OP Heroes Come Back. That's kind of cool. Anyway, let's get into the first OP, Heroes Come Back. Here we go. Ooh. Oh yeah. Okay. Wow, this animation looks different as well. I recognize these characters. Yes! Oh, this is catchy as heck. Whoa, look at that animation. Oh, this is a cool art style. Nice. Oh my god, this is Oscar the Grouch rapping. Oh, I really like this. Okay, these villain type characters. Oh my gosh, mouth on the hand, Sukuna. Awesome. Oh, almost went on to the next one immediately. That was cool. I liked that. That was very cool. It sounded so, it's so odd. A lot of these songs that they choose for Naruto openings, I just realized it's raining, so that's distracting me. A lot of these songs that they choose for Naruto openings are so odd. Like they feel very non-traditional a lot of the time, but very cool. Man, it is pouring out there. Oh my gosh. I live in Adelaide, which is in South Australia, which is the driest state in the world, so rain is, relatively rare. Yeah. Anyway, crazy stuff. The rapping parts were very, very cool. Yeah, I like there's like a grungy rapper and then like a more deep voice rapper in there. The visuals were cool. There was that like the running animation where it was very like flowy, you know, and sketchy. I think that's really cool. And yeah, I mean I guess these are the Naruto designs that I'm way more used to, I think, especially like that Sakura design really sticks in my head. I've said it before, but if you're new to my channel, I get very easily attached to female characters. I'm looking up here because I've got a lot of female character figures on my thing. Some male character figures in there, like Kageyama from Haikyuu and Deku from MHA, but and I'm wearing a shirt of Deku as well. But it's very easy for me to get attached to female characters, and so, you know, I've been very familiar. Like, Sakura is one of the only characters' names that I think to remember. It's like Naruto and Sakura. And then I know Tsunade, is that her name? I've only ever seen it like written down from people talking about her, I think. And Hinata, but like, see, I'm naming mostly female characters. Oh, what's that? There's one dude, Sasuke? Yeah, him. I don't know what he looks like, I don't think. I'm kind of picturing someone in my head, but I'm not exactly sure what he looks like. But yeah, these are the designs that I'm more familiar with, I think, overall. So so I'm definitely keen to see these OPs more because they'll be more recognizable to me, I think. So anyway, with that said, let's move on to the second OP. This one is called Distance. Oh, okay. This is a very weird song. It feels out of time, probably purposefully so. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. I don't know what it is. Bassline? This is a pretty fast-paced OP, it feels like. Whoa! Oh my god! I'm not gonna read into what that means too much. I don't want spoilers. Oh, this animation's cool! Wow! Oh my god! A lot of cool animation here. Some parallels there with the young versions of them and the old versions, I think. And some rivalries going on. I get it. Okay, cool. That was pretty cool. I think that the song is so weird. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of it, but there were some bits that I really liked. I think the instrumentation was cool. I think maybe the vocals didn't match for me. Like it felt experimental, but like it didn't quite land for me. I mean, there's a very thin line there between something landing and it not landing. I think it just slightly fell over the not landing side, but I will also say with openings of basically anything, it generally takes me like 3 or 4 times to figure out if I actually like something. There have been openings that I thought like were really bad or that I really didn't like, and then, you know, a few episodes pass and I think it's like the best thing ever, you know, and I'm like, why did I ever hate this? And that's sort of what, like, so I take all of my opinions with a huge set of salt. I was gonna say with a grain of salt, but then I said huge. I didn't want you to imagine a gigantic grain of salt. Take it with a clump of salt, because I feel like opinions on openings really grow over time, and also how they match the show itself. If they like lead into episodes that they really like match the vibe of, then it makes the opening better as a whole. Like, I feel like when I first saw the Attack on Titan season, like the final season openings, both of them, I think with both of them, I was like, this is very odd, and I don't know how to feel about it, you know, because the first one was like a very weird like war song done by like a choir. It was kind of creepy sounding, and the visuals were very black and white and odd. And the second opening was like, you know, a heavy metal screamo like song. And so both of them, I was like, this is very odd, and I don't know how to feel about it. those two are like my favorite two OPs of Attack on Titan now. Like I absolutely adore them. So yeah, like it sometimes takes me a bit, but I loved the visuals of that one at the very least, you know. The like sort of classic shonen showing off all their abilities animation. I mean, I've come to expect that from most shonens, and so like I sort of look forward to the part where it pans past every character and it shows off what they can do. And that was particularly well done. I think there was a bit of 3D animation in there, or was that in the first one? I can't remember now if I think there was a little bit in this one, but I think mostly I'm talking about the first one where there's just a little bit of 3D animation in there, but it blended quite nicely, I think. Especially for what is this, like 2004 or something? Yeah, but anyway, let's move on to the next one. This one's called Bluebird. I think I might know this song, but let's listen and find out. Da 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 da. Yeah, I definitely know this song. Okay, I've never seen these visuals before though, and it's actually got a blue bird there. Looks like there was some flashbacks and memories that I don't want to look into to get spoiled. Very cool though, Naruto falling to his death. Okay. Man, he's gonna die. Unless he's saved by the bluebird. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Ooh. Da, da, da. Okay. These are odd looking characters. I don't recognize most of these characters actually. They've all got very sort of simple color palettes. Whoa! That was cool. Mount Rushmore of ninjas? Was that what that was? Very cool. I like the bluebird symbolism. I think that's cool. Nice. That was a very simple one. That was very simple, but I did like it, enjoy it a lot. I kind of like openings that have more of a through line of like symbolism that matches the arc. I don't know what Naruto is going through at this point in the show. I don't necessarily need to know in case I ever watch the show one day. But so I can't really tell you what the symbolism is exactly, because I would need to know the context of the show to figure out what the symbolism is. But I can recognize when the show is doing nice symbolism with the fact that he's falling. He's, you know, falling through the sky, and there's this blue bird, and he comes across the bird's feather at the end, and he like reflects on the feather, you know. Like I can see that they are setting up some nice themes, and so the fact that there's a through line of that throughout the entire OP, I quite like. The song is great, but you know, again, I've heard that song a lot of times before, because that, I believe there's a cover in Bang Dream of that song. So I've probably heard it, you know, if I had to guess, I would say I've probably heard it like 60 times. So I know the song pretty well. And I like the song, but the difference is I've heard that song a lot when these other songs I'm hearing for the very first time. So I feel like some of these other songs, if I hear them a bunch of times over and over, they might get stuck in my head and I might really like them as well. But yeah, very nice song, very pretty solid visuals. Character designs at this point in the show, I mean, most of them were just like gray hair and like you know what I mean, where they all just sort of seemed very monotone, which might match what they're doing in the show right now. But it was very odd, because it was like I often expect to see, especially more as the show goes on, like the people like designing the characters or the mangaka generally have to get like super creative, and so they'll be like, okay, this one's one with pink hair that's standing up like this, that goes up and then also goes into like a mohawk on the hair, and then there's tied back down here, and they're wearing a big sash that says their name on it backwards, and like, you know, they have to create all these things to make these characters like super stand out, because they're coming later in the show, so you need to have them be more memorable than the last. So when we're this late in the show and I'm seeing characters that are just like, it's just a dude with long gray hair, and this is another dude with short gray hair, like it feels it feels strange to me, but haven't seen the show. So let's move on to OP4. This is called Closer. Ooh. Okay, pretty classic panning past everyone, but I like it. Ooh. Whoa! This is the Naruto that I know. Jumping through trees. And the Mount Rushmore again. Ooh. I like this song. And these characters look kind of cool. Oh yeah, look at that. That's very cool. Whoa. I love, like, these fighting shots are awesome. Yeah. Naruto running. Nice. Very nice. Do I have much to say about that one? Not really. I enjoyed it. I think the song was nice and cool and upbeat. I liked the all the fighting animation with those two people and how it was like constantly like, you know, spinning around them, circling the characters. I think that's just a cool classic technique to use to make something look epic, is if you're just circling around them while they're fighting. But the animation was very, very good on that. It makes me wonder. I wonder how, and I guess you can let me know how detailed fight animations are in Naruto, because I feel like I've heard decent things about Naruto's animation in fights and stuff, but maybe I haven't heard anything necessarily spectacular about it. But like looking in the OPs are very good. But, you know, OPs having good animation doesn't really tell you that much about a show. An OP can have incredible animation and the show might not be animated nearly as well. Or an OP could have pretty bland animation, but the show could be animated well. So, I guess I'm curious how smooth do fights look? Is it generally like slideshowy? Or like, do they save their animation for like absolutely massive fights and then, you know, the standard fights are pretty boring or whatever? Like I guess I'm curious, so let me know about that. Anyway, let's move on to OP5. This is Hotaru no Hikari. Here we go. Ooh, I like the song so far. Oh yeah. Yeah. I really like the song so far. This is a more reflective opening. Man, Sakura is very reflective in all of these OPs. She always going through something. Nice. Classic eyes opening on a shonen shot. Damn. Look at these characters. This, I'll talk about it in a bit. Oh, yes, I like the silhouettes fighting. Yeah, that's cool. The silhouettes fighting over this pan is cool. Very nice. I've seen that picture before. Okay, so I'm going to make an observation here that may make me sound stupid. But I think when I sound stupid and then people are allowed to correct me in the comments, that's okay. Because as long as people don't correct me rudely, it lets people have something to talk about. They got something to latch onto. I've made many mistakes in these videos before, talking about characters in a way that they super aren't or whatever. I spent the entire One Piece opening reaction calling Nami Mami. The entire reaction. So yeah, I make a lot of mistakes on these things because obviously I haven't seen it. But I'm just gonna say the vibe I got from that OP, it felt like an anime original arc. And the reason was that, firstly, the actual, until the bit with the fighting animation being silhouetted, most of the animation seemed like relatively simple, inoffensive, you know. Like it didn't feel like it was like a lot of OPs. I feel like their job is to hype up manga readers. It's like, okay, you know character, you know, Dr. Bubbles is this character that comes in chapter 48, you know, and then there's like Mrs. Squiggle who comes in at chapter, you know, 63, and it's like you want to be excited for these characters, and so you show them in the OP as like a oh, manga readers, look, this bit's coming, so you better like build up hype for that bit. And so when there's an OP like that OP actually didn't feel like it was building hype for anything in particular. At least I didn't notice. Like it didn't feel like it was necessarily showing off anyone or anything. So it made me feel that it was like a filler arc. And also there was like a shot of like a character going into gunk with like tendrils coming off of them and stuff, and it was like, you know, maybe it's an arc about someone being corrupted by this whatever demon force or something, I don't know. But that whole vibe makes me think of a lot of like of those types of anime original or filler arcs where it's like, oh, here's an easy thing, take the characters we already know and let's make them, you know, just give them a demon thing. It's easy to hate, we don't have to build up, you know, we don't have to spend too much time building up this threat or whatever, and once it's solved, it'll generally have no effect on the story outside of it. So that's the vibe I got. Now I'm probably going to be completely wrong on that, and people are going to be like, no, that's the most important arc in the entire show, and it's actually extremely important, and it was building up hype for whatever and whatever. It's just what I just thought I'd give you a guess. You know, I think it's more fun for you guys if I take guesses and I'm completely wrong, right? If you don't think that's fun, you can let me know, and then maybe I won't do it anymore. But I think it's fun to make guesses. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. This is going to be called Sign. It's OP6. Here we go. Oh, English. Nice. He's not a native English speaker, I'll tell you that. He couldn't quite say the word straight, because that's got to be hard for Japanese speakers. Okay, yep, back to Japanese. Ooh, look at this animation. Whoa. What? Was that someone reaching into someone's eye? Ugh. Man, look at this animation. Look at that. That's crazy. Damn. There's some really nice, smooth animation in here. Whoa. A little bit more English in there. Oh, there we go. I liked the song in that one, and I really, really liked the animation. My only wish is that the colors were a little less like washed out, but that's my personal preference. I really like bright colors, very clear animation, you know. It's just complete preference of mine, but the animation was really nice, and it really like there was some sort of like weird shadow creature or whatever that was screaming and looked like it was in heavy pain, and that animation was just like really cool because it was super unsettling and flowy and smooth, and yeah, so I think that was really cool. The song was solid. I mean, I don't have much to say about it because it just impressed me. I just enjoyed it a lot, you know. It also felt like it, you know, possibly could have been filler-esque, but I don't think it was, just because of how much effort was put into it, you know? Like, I feel like if it was an anime original or filler arc, would you put that much effort into the OP? I don't know, maybe. I have no idea. Anyway, let's go on to number 7. This is Tomei Data Sekai. Okay, who's this? Writing his will? I don't know what he's writing. Okay. Beat Shark. This might be like a sort of epilogue arc type thing, like a recovery arc. Oh no, never mind. This seems pretty action-packed. Just feels like it might have been recovering off of the action of the last arc, but no, this is a town exploding. So I guess never mind. Whoa! Giant rhino versus a frog? I did not know that was in this show. Nice. I'm actually not recognizing a lot of these characters. Very cool. Oh. I wish I could read that. Very nice. Okay, well, my prediction about that thing was wrong, where I was like, oh, this looks like a chill, like, the start of it felt like a, okay, we just came off a big arc and this one's going to be a more relaxed one, you know? But then no, the town exploded, so I guess that's not true. Seems crazy. I don't know that much about Naruto as a base level. I know that they're ninjas and they're fighting basically other ninjas, I guess, and that there's some sort of power system in place, because I know Naruto can like duplicate himself, and I know there's like there's like a bunch of powers that I've seen before, like substitution and all that sort of stuff, and shadow clones or whatever. And I've also, as I said, I played like a Naruto game when I was younger, and so I saw some of the powers on display in there a little bit as well. But yeah, I guess I still don't entirely know what's going on, because I just saw a frog and a rhino and a frog towering over a city and fighting like kaiju in the middle of a city. Like I didn't know that was in the show. So yeah, very, very interesting. Cool song, cool video, enjoyable. Let's move on to the next one. This next one, number 8, is called Diver. Okay, deep in the water again. Nice metaphor. Classic metaphor. Very classic. And the holding of the headband, I'm assuming that is. In fact, holding a headband seems to have a lot of meaning in a lot of these OPs. Oh, they're gonna kiss. Spider-Man kiss. Whoa. Damn. Is this OP gonna be like all metaphor? Oh, being held up by your friends. Yeah, looks like it's all metaphor. This is Nico Touches the Walls? I know them. They did a Haikyuu ED, I think. Whoa! Power of friendship sent you up and out of the bloody cyclone. Yeah, headband back on. Pick yourself back up. Okay. I'm kind of a fan of the nice little metaphor OP. I think it's kind of nice. So yeah, but I mostly think it's nice within the context of the show when I'm actually watching the show. And I'm in a weird position where I think I kind of know what's going on in this OP. I think just generally from media osmosis, I know some of the plot lines in Naruto, but I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to read too much into it, because I don't want to spoil myself for this sort of stuff. But I do think that it was kind of nice and cool. The shot of him flowing down deeper and deeper into the water, I've seen that shot in a billion different things. Everything always uses that shot. Immediately I had flashes of Arcane, when what's his name? The main bad guy in Arcane. Silco. When Silco is sinking into the water and looking up and seeing Vanda standing above him. And Critical Role Campaign 2, their opening thing where it's Ford is sinking into the water and he's seeing his ship explode above him, you know? And yeah, there's probably countless others, but those are just that immediately jump into my head. But I also really like that shot. I think it's really cool, so seeing it here was nice as well. And the classic of he's just about to hit the deepest part of the ocean, and that's when he feels a hand of Sakura behind him and then a hand of his other friends, and they're all just holding him up, and then eventually they are able to help launch him out of the water, and he is able to put his headband back on and all that sort of stuff. But I've noticed they've used the symbol of the headband as a metaphor a lot. If you're holding on to the headband, if it's on your head, you're I'm assuming that means you're who you are. If it's in your hand, I'm guessing the idea is you're struggling, you're barely holding on to it. If you drop it, you've lost yourself. That's what I imagine it is. So he was holding on to it, but I imagine when you drown, you're slowly gonna let go of that headband, and it's just gonna sink to below. But before he drowned, he was held up, taken out of the water, and he was able to put it back on, become himself again. That's what I read into the metaphor. Doesn't matter. Anyway, OP9. Let's go into Lovers. Here we go. Ooh. I like this. I want to see what band this is. Oh, I really like this song. This is one of my favorites Naruto has done so far. I need to focus on the visuals because I'm actually just focusing on the song right now. Whoa, who's that girl? Whoa, is that a plant? Wow, that's scary. I think we've seen that before, but that's scary. Oh my god, he had half a face? Now we're getting some more interesting character designs. Yeah, this girl, who's she? Seductress? Maiko? Is that the name of the artist? Because I like her. Whoa. Okay, mentor character maybe? That dude? He looks like a mentor. Still got to bridge the gap between them. Whoa. Whoa! Hang on. Is that supposed to be bridging the gap right there? Because that's pretty clever if that's the case. Nice. I hope I nailed that metaphor at the end. There's a few times that I've been proud of myself for picking up on things, and other times when I've been completely off. Sometimes I've said something, I've been like, oh my gosh, this is this, and blah, 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 blah. And then other people have been in the comments like, no, actually, you're completely wrong about that, and here's what it actually is. And so, like, but, you know, I'm always quite happy when I pick up stuff. If that is if that's supposed to be bridging the gap between them, that's pretty clever. And I mean, maybe the actual dagger that is being held there, I doubt it's called a dagger as well. I just don't know what it's called. A kunai? Who knows? But that being held up, that actual weapon might be of significance as well, that I would understand if I watched the show. But yeah, it's like in the what was it? The One Piece OP, one of the One Piece OPs, I picked up on the like Ichni Sunshine lyric or something like that. And I think, I was like very, very happy about that because people were like, wow, I've never heard anyone pick up on that pun like the first time they hear the song. So I was happy with that. But yeah, anyway, that was cool. I really liked that. I loved the song. I might look up who that is later and listen to some of their music because I really like that style of music. But yeah, very enjoyable. I'm feeling myself losing my voice and I'm already kind of sick, so let's go on to this final OP that we're doing for today's video. This one's called New Song, which is interesting. That's like a Blink 182 title. Let's do it. Mount Rushmore again. Oh, they destroyed Mount Rushmore just for the Naruto logo. Whoa, look at this animation. So weird. I like it. Okay, this is a comedy OP, is it? This is probably a much less serious section of the show. Whoa! Oh my god! Giant octopus? Damn, they're having fun with this OP. Still some creepy characters though. What? Yeah, that weird mask guy is sticking around. But whoa, they're working together! I've seen those hand movements before. What the hell? The dancing! Oh my god! That's amazing. Oh my god. Oh, what a weird, that's such a weird OP to end it on. I'm so happy we're ending it on that OP for today because that's so funny. That is like, after all the really serious brooding OPs that they had, where like the last one was like him drowning and his friends had to help him from the depths of despair. And then this one they were in a bar all doing the stupidest dance I've ever seen. I loved it. That's great. Yeah, enjoyable song, just so odd. I mean, from the very first shot of seeing like Naruto running, and he's like running like that, which we know that Naruto famously runs with his arms behind his back, so seeing him doing that sort of running definitely gives you quite the different impression. But yeah, that's funny. What can I even say about that one, huh? I can't speculate. I can't say anything other than it was weird as hell. There was still like villains in there, and scary villains. I mean, that mask guy who only shows that like one red eye, and the other guy who has like a face that's like partly like melted or something, or like not there, or scrunched up. Like there's just one part of his face that's like really screwed up. They look like pretty scary villains and cool designs. But the OP is not taking them seriously at all. So. Very interesting. Anyway, that's going to bring an end to my Naruto Shippuden OPs 1 to 10 reaction. If you want to see me do 11 to 20, including one particularly famous one that I'm quite familiar with the song of, then please let me know in the comments section below. Make sure to give the video some love, like and subscribe, and just comment letting me know like what your favorite OP is, like what you might like about the OPs, and just anything else you might want to let me know. And if you enjoy my stuff enough and want to support me and also get access to a lot of exclusive content, go into the description and find my Patreon account, and you can support me there as well. That would be very, very appreciated. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.